Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. I've had a busy day myself, but we're going to enjoy a glass of wine and unwind together. How has been your day? Please tell me everything. As I'm looking into all these cases that are going on with this coronavirus, I can see clearly 142,154 people were tested here, and there's only been 35 deaths out of the 3,385 cases, but not the same situation in the U.S. The U.S., there's been 65,797 cases that we know of and 935 deaths. So pretty substantial numbers there too. I think that this is going to be an unprecedented epidemic like we've never seen. But please, if you're joining me, tell me where you're from. I'd love to hear from you. Give me a like if you enjoy hanging out. And hey, if you're new and you haven't yet subscribed, I would love for you to do that too. My cats desperately want to go outside, but I have to finish work before we can go outside. But he's itching, as you can hear. Meow, meow, meow. Yes, I love you. He's such a suck. You're so spoiled. But I know I've been working all day, so he's just like, you did catch me. Hi, Jamie, Nanya. You're such a suck. Come here. Right? You such a suck. Say hi. Say hello. Salut, Yvette, ma belle. Hello, Mark. TGIS. Thank goodness it's Sherry. Sherry and Minu. This one's Minu. Cloud's laying in his little... He's literally right there. You want me to put you down? You see him? Right there. So yes, it's been a busy day for me. How's everybody else's day going? And are you surviving with this coronavirus happening everywhere? Wow! Camomille fini, on va aller dehors, okay? Je promis. Je te promis. But how's everybody else's week going? Don't get me started. Aw, you can vent here, girl. Trust me. I do it sometimes. Y'all have heard me vent here. Some people choose to say I'm crazy. I just admit that I'm an emotional person, and things eventually, you can only push me so far before I'm gonna like bite back. So some people see that as crazy, but I see that as wearing your heart on your sleeve. You know what you're feeling and you're not afraid to show it. I don't worry necessarily about what others think about me. I mean, it does hurt when you hear bad things. What individual doesn't get a little bit like, like you think that about me or something? I'm very honest. Yes. Day off today, start midnight tomorrow. Let me guess. Security? Staying in isolation. Yeah, we've all been doing that though, right? I was trying to give you guys some good tips of things you could do around the house. Organizing, minimalizing, artistic things. Maybe do that accent wall you've always wanted or something, Hi, Rosalinda Ramirez. This inside is fun, being inside. It's not bad. I'm used to it myself, but Yeah, we've all been staying home. Well, I don't know about everybody where I live, but I have been. I was laid off at the beginning of the week from my other job, the restaurant job that I help out at part-time. Because they're minimizing hours, but already they needed a closer to come in and help this week and next. But I'm scheduled till 8:30 p.m. at my other job. So they're closing at 9. By the time I go there, it's going to be 9. So there's no point in me, I'm not able to do it in this next week and a half. So we'll see. We'll see where the restaurant's at after that. I'm hoping that, it's not going to be a layoff thing. Because like I love dealing with people and I love going out to, interact with others and stuff. So as much as I'm a private person, I do enjoy that social interaction type time. And there's regular customers that come in that are just a joy to talk to and laugh with and joke around with. And this makes the whole experience a lot nicer when you're making money at work, you're working. So you're bad, you don't? Well, if you're type of person that's employed at an essential place that you technically still have permission to go to work, then, it's not like we have been sequestered as like martial law where we are on house arrest. So, hi Heather. Yes, I am safe and sound and I think a lot of my viewers are too. I really appreciate being able to come together, and hang out, even if it's just for a short while. It's already after 9 where I am. I literally just finished work like half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago. So here we are hanging out. Cheers. Also used to it, right, Yvette? It really doesn't seem like too much of a change or a difference if like we're already doing that. We're in the habit of, like, I don't go out too much. I live in a small town. There's not a lot to do here. I'm not going to lie. There's a couple of bars, and I don't really do bars anymore. I don't know. It's just not my scene as much as it used to be when I was younger. I probably killed it, in my 20s, like just killed it. So actually, I started at like underage, going in bars when you weren't supposed to. My very first bar story is about me and my foster sister. She was like, let's go. We're going to go into this place. This bouncer always lets me in. And it was a bar. And so we're sitting at the bar and we're having a drink. And in walks a couple of our social workers. No joke. Like, they come in together. We had no idea that they were even together. And they come and walked right past us, went and sat down at a table. We literally went and went out the door. Like, it was like, holy, we're going to get caught. We're going to get in trouble. One of those moments. Rosalinda says, me and my daughter are putting on pounds. You're cooking a lot. You only play games and then go to your rooms when we get tired of each other. Well, that's why I invested in like an indoor elliptical exercise machine. Like, I wanted to be able to do something activity wise if I want to. I also enjoy sitting and watching some TV before bed and stuff. So like, that's just my routine, but I wanted to be able to stay active even in times when I am home frequently. So I definitely encourage you guys to look into gently used exercise equipment. It's not that expensive. Yvette, what's going on with you and your daughter? I thought you guys were so close. What happened? But yeah, there's lots of things that you can do together to have fun throughout these times, right? It sucks that we're stuck indoors for those of us that do like to go outside and stuff, but it's not all completely hopeless. It's It is what it is, and if you don't make the best out of the situation, it's gonna seem like it sucks even more, right? So, I don't know, just try to put yourself into a different mentality of this isn't so bad, make your space awesome. Think of a new way to arrange it. Maybe even just rearranging the furniture might give you a new feel for the room. And if you start a craft or something, something that you're excited to do to continue doing the next day, right? It's like reading a really good book and you just can't wait to turn to the next page. She knows I have autoimmune disease and does not want me to be exposed. Oh, well, that's nice. At least she's caring from a distance. I realize that's probably difficult because your conversations, and still feel like you get to hang out, especially for you, Yvette, because you guys are really close. What's the hump day topic? I don't know. We were talking a little bit about the coronavirus and how many cases. There's literally like 65,000, almost 66,000 cases in the United States alone, with close to 1,000 deaths. Hi, G. Marie behind the mask. How are ya? Don't forget to like and share so we can grow. Yay! Yes, please like and share so we can grow. That's awesome. You FaceTime on Facebook this afternoon. Well, that's good. You ordered your reusable masks? Oh, well, that's good. I can't find anywhere I live, so, I don't really want to be out wandering around shopping for it either. I'm more of an online type, like I'll find it online somewhere, at least. Oh, I will absolutely continue to pray for New York City as well as the world, because I believe that they need it. The entire world, we need as many prayers as we can get. These are times that none of us are used to and nobody's ever been a part of before. So no matter how serious or not this whole virus situation is, we could all use prayers for sure. What would you make your own mask with, Yvette? Like, I wouldn't even know. I'd have to Google it to figure out what the layers are and stuff. But it would think that if you were going to use like napkins and stuff, it wouldn't be completely air blocking or whatever, right? Oui, Minou, mon amour. Minou. Minou. Meow. Come here. Easy. Soaked. Easy. Yeah. Do you see yourself? You see yourself? Leftover fabric. Okay. But do you think that's going to stop the airborne virus from getting in your eyes and lungs or mouth? Because I've heard that that's how it's contracted most. It's not necessarily from touching something. It's inhaling it or touching you in a spot that hits your bloodstream. That's what I've been researching. Yes, I love you. Yes, I love you. Yes, you're such a good boy. Yes, you're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Does that feel good? You're so cute. You're so cute. There's a COVID-19 virtual assistant on the government site. Cool. Interesting. You need a glass of wine yourself? Nico puts the mask of the emoji up. Or is that the smiley face? That's a smiley face. There is actually an emoji with a mask. Yes, it can actually get in through your eyes because it's an airborne virus. So it doesn't necessarily have to be touching something. It can be in the air. And if you inhale it or it touches your eyes, apparently you can contract it. So yeah, the mask. There you go. So fitting for right now, right? How many people are using that more often? If there's one emoji that doesn't get used very much, I think it's that one. The mask doesn't even cover the eyes. Exactly. So, ay, 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 no kidding. Ay, ay, ay is right. Let me see if I can find you guys the link where you can find. Hey, get off the couch. Nope. Okay, let's see. See if I can find you guys a link here. Yeah, you can catch it from somebody who coughs or sneezes your way. Spreading continually without stopping. Okay, I'm going to send you guys this link because it's got a lot of good information. Hi, Leila. No jealousy here. No one is having fun. What are you talking about? We were just looking into something online, silly. We were having a great chat. And then I decided to go and look online for a link. And then it kind of went quiet for a second. You would think grocery shopping businesses would be a big thing now. Hi, Leila. Or Leila. I'm not sure how to say that. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. The cat's name, the gray cat is Minu, and the white cat is Cloud. But try to order in or order online. Oh, you're talking about the groceries? Yeah. Everybody's sitting at home. Some of us were just saying that it's actually not that bad, if you were already used to being a homebody and, you don't enjoy the huge social gatherings or whatever. It's not that bad. But, it's finding things to do sometimes. That's why I like to look for good movies I haven't seen. I was just watching it's kind of like an autobiography, but it's like in a limited series, okay? And it's about Madam CJ Walker. Madam CJ Walker started hair care back in the 1920s, like the early 1900s kind of thing. And She was a colored woman, sort of having everything to struggle against. And, she ended up coming up with this awesome formula, and it was good hair growth. And it ended up booming like crazy. So it's a really good story. If those of you are interested in true stories, which that's the kind I love, I honestly love any and all true stories. If it's about somebody's life and how they went from, like rags to riches in a sense, or they went through a traumatic time, something happened. I honestly love watching anything that's a true story. It's funny because it only hi Carl. This poor worker is being overworked and underappreciated right now. I'm an introvert anyhow, but still. And then Lila says, it's funny because it only bothers me because I can't go out. I know, right? The choice is taken away from you, and suddenly you want to do so many things. I know. I'm actually not, I'm like feeling better about not having wheels right now. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. We can't really go anywhere anyways. Everywhere's closing the doors, or they're minimizing their hours to such low time frames that I can't even get there in that amount of time anyways, like I'm working. So how's it going at your place of employment, Carl? What's happening over there? You can always go for a car ride. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You can't really. I mean, they're telling you to stay indoors, so you can't really just be like wandering around and stuff. I'm very funny and talkative. Jamie, yes, I do. I chat. Yes. Yes, it's kind of like a documentary, but it's a limited series. So it's like a mini series where there's like 4 or 5 hour-long shows. Like, it's totally worth a rewatch. You know what I mean? It was really, really, really awesome. Yeah, exactly, Jean Marie. I was shopping around myself, and all I kept thinking about was, what if I buy this and it sits in the back because I can't go anywhere for the whole summer or something? Who knows how long this is supposed to last? So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that just yet. You know what I mean? Honestly, that would be just my luck that I finally get new wheels to go and do something in the summer, and boom, they've taken away your right to be able to have freedom at all. And it'd just be a nice, pretty hunk of metal sitting in the back. Yeah. You're open 7 to 8 now, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So what are you doing for the last hour that they're not open? Just cleaning up or what? This series is so interesting, Leela. I really think you'd love it. Like also, if you punch in Netflix, Madam CJ Walker, it'll pull up. Think of the money we'll save. I know, right? I'm like, well, if I don't have to go anywhere and I'm not, buying insurance and gas and all of that. Mind you, the gas is so freaking cheap right now. It isn't even funny. Like, I understand that some of you guys have like 45 cents a liter, but we were paying like $1.30 a liter, just a few months ago. And now it's like 74.9 because nobody's going anywhere. So they just plummeted the gas price. Watch, it's going to go up to like $1.50 for a liter after this is all over with and people have to go back to work. Oh, stocking shelves. Oh, okay. So, do you guys even have stock though? Like this whole epidemic creating for everybody to be out of toilet paper and Kleenex and wipes and sanitizers and stuff like that? Like, do you guys have anything on the shelves at all? Or is it just going like less and less and less stock? And have you gotten any truckloads of stock, Carl? I'm so curious. I know you guys go by gallons, but we were talking about this, like, on the last live, and I was calculating your gallon, right, divided by 4 liters, because that's how many liters are in a gallon. And in all honesty, it was like, "What?" Like, so cheap, 45 cents, some of them 57 cents. Like, I was like, "Holy," just crazy. Trump wants us packing churches on Easter? What? I highly doubt that that's something that's gonna happen if this virus doesn't get under control. I have heard rumors about cures and whatever, I don't know, but in all honesty, it's not just solely his decision, it's federal government's decision as well. And if they decide to continue the state of emergency throughout the world, it's going to continue no matter what any president or prime minister wants. For real. Like maybe he's like talking like optimistically that this is what he'd love to see in the future. I don't know, but because I didn't actually hear him say that, and I would have been curious to hear the tone. Are you joking? Are you, like, I mean, I don't know. I was working at a store and there was more than enough merch coming in. Yeah, but I'm wondering specifically about Carl because we live in the same area. So I want to know if we've gotten stock and stuff. We're starting to get more stuff in like toilet paper, Kleenex, Clorox wipes, but only limit to 1 package of toilet paper and wipes per customer. Makes sense, but yeah, I need, I'm eventually going to need some. I'm stocked for right now. But depending on how long this is going to go, and some have said that it could be all summer. Some have said this might not subside until June or September. So, I've even heard some of the news media saying it could be 9 months long. Like that would lead us well into next year, so who knows what the heck's going to happen. Your guess is as good as mine. And that's all I've really been doing on my channel in regards to this particular situation is just kind of guessing. And some of those guesses have been bang on and correct. I've even said them before they've happened. And I'm like, holy crap, did I do that? That's crazy. Guys, you don't need toilet paper, but you want to get enough food. No, the whole thing about the toilet paper, you guys, it was honestly just because people were making homemade wipes. There was no more sanitizing wipes, and people still had to go out to jobs and get on subways and train stations and, touch common areas like door handles and whatever. So, I mean, people, because they couldn't get their hands on the wipes, were, of course, creating their own, which is creative and stuff, but it created for like this whole other epidemic of like all the toilet paper being gone. You know what I mean? You're a conspiracy theorist, Jamie? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's always good to be objective, right? Like, is this something that the government's planned? Did they do this on purpose? Are we ever really gonna know? I don't know, but I have had my suspicions too. I mean, this has been a long time in the making, I believe. Slowly trying to figure out ways to control society and stuff, right? And if they make it such a bad situation that you should take care of yourself and you should stay indoors, they're creating that feeling of you're doing it because you want to, not because they're telling you to, right? You want to stay safe. So you want to not contact, the virus. So you're going to stay indoors. You know what I mean? But yeah, could it be something that they're implanting? I've heard rumors saying that this virus is nothing but a common cold. I've heard other things, I mean, it's hard to know exactly what's factual at this point sometimes, and it's really difficult to know the level of corruption that's really happening and how much truth that we really have to any and all pieces of information, right? You're in New Jersey? Yeah, it was the whole wipes thing. Churches are all closed here in Canada. I believe the same in the States. Yeah, that's what makes me think, like, is the president just saying something like that because he's hopeful that that's what the situation will be by that time, or you know what I mean? Like, it would have been nice to hear his tone on the conversation. I'm scared to spend my income tax money. Like I said, it was going to go towards a car. Now I'm scared to spend a dime. Yeah, you might as well keep it for a cushion right now, especially considering we can't really go anywhere. So what's the point? You're going to go down to the car dealership and nobody's working. And you're just not even going to be able to do an application or something crazy, right? So hold off, I say too. I really, really, really wish that my last purchase of a vehicle had worked out, but as you all know, the dashboard was switched out on that car, and it didn't have 82,000 miles. It had like 482,000 miles. It was just a wreck. And yeah, like kind of whatever. I recouped my money by selling it to a mechanic, but never a good feeling when you get taken advantage of. See, that's what I mean, Jana Marie. That's what I've heard, rumors of that. Yvette says, you still have jars of jelly, pickles, etc. that I made when I had a garden. That's awesome. That's so awesome. That's probably the best fruits and vegetables that you even need compared to like store-bought preservatives and all that kind of garbage, right? It's creepy as fuck. I believe the virus was created and unleashed in China. Yeah, I had originally heard rumors that it was unleashed by the Chinese government because of the protests that were going on against them and stuff. But like I said, I don't really know how true that is, and nobody's necessarily come forward to own it. So that's kind of up in the air, I don't know. He's just trying to be upbeat. Yeah, like, I mean, if he's just talking like it would be great if this was what was going to be for Easter, I totally understand trying to be optimistic and stuff like that, but trying to like, collectively get a group of people to come out at a time when we're being told the exact opposite is kind of counterproductive. So, all right, Carl, drive safe. No ditches. What makes you so mad, Leela? Oh, about the car. Yeah, it was so like, you know what? It was my fault that I didn't go and get the freaking inspection done on it before I brought it home. I was in a province that's 3 provinces away from mine. I had to work on Friday and it was already Tuesday. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to drive back. So, altogether, I went into a fast rushed buy in order to just hit the road and get back home. But when I got back home with the freaking car and I got it in for a safety, they were like, yeah, this car, the dashboard's been switched out on it. Like, unbelievable. It was so lined up so perfectly. You couldn't even tell that it was switched out. I mean, I was shocked to hear that from the MPI and the safety in the garage and stuff. It was just shocking. Anybody hear about the hundreds of thousands of cell phones off in China? No. Two days ago, 21 million cell phones cell phone accounts in China were canceled after the coronavirus. 840,000 landlines were also closed, and the sudden drop suggests a very high coronavirus death toll. Wow. That's just insane to think that in order to control their population, they would go to such extremes as something like this. Like, really? I don't know. Like choices, everybody's choices and whatever you do make a decision on is going to affect somebody else. But this is on an epic scale, if that's the situation and case. And those ditches pull you in when you don't notice. Oh my gosh, Carl. Seriously. Your Gianna Marie behind the mask, or G Marie behind the mask, says he thinks feelings are facts. I got a good feeling. Really? Wow. That's too bad. It was a private sale that I found that vehicle at, G Marie. They think many more in China died than we know. And the phones prove it. Wow. That is crazy. Since the outbreak, the novel coronavirus, which emerged in China's Wuhan, the pandemic has killed 15,374 people globally and infected 351,731 individuals. Recently, the death toll in Italy surpassed the initial epicenter of the outbreak in China, where officially 3,153 people have died due to the COVID-19. But recently, Beijing authorities announced on March 19th that more than 21 million cell phone accounts were canceled, while in the past 3 months, 840,000 landlines were closed in China, which gives an idea that probably these closed numbers belong to the people who died due to the disease. The digitalization level is very high in China. People can't survive without a cell phone, dealing with the government for pensions and social security, buying train tickets, shopping. No matter what people want to do, they are required to use their cell phones. The Chinese regime requires all Chinese use their cell phones to generate a health code. Only with a green health code are Chinese allowed to move in China now. It's impossible for that person to cancel his cell phone. The Chinese authorities introduced mandatory facial scans on December 1st, 2019, to confirm the identity of the person who registered the phone. The people in China have also have to sync their bank accounts and social security account with their cell phone, as all the apps can detect the SIM card and then check with the database to make sure the number belongs to the person. In China, it's mandatory to install a cell phone app and register their personal health information. The app can generate a QR code, which is possible in 3 colors to classify the person's health condition. In this case, red means the person has an infectious disease, while yellow and green represent the possibility of infectious disease and no sign of such illness, respectively. Beijing claimed that the health code has helped China to prevent the spread of coronavirus in the country, where 81,496 people got infected by the COVID-19. So on March 19th, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, MIIT, announced the number of cell phones users in every province in February. When these numbers are compared to the December 2019 data, it revealed that both cell phone users and landline users dropped dramatically. The comparison showed that the number of cell phone users decreased from 1.600,957 billion to 1.579927 billion, while landline users dropped from 190.83 million to 189.99 million. It is possible that the nationwide lockdown in February was the reason behind the drop in the numbers of landline users, as many companies were shut down. The quarantine scenario can't be a reason behind the drop in the cell phone users. It should be noted that as per the reports, China Telecom is the second largest carrier, which has lost 5.6 million users in February 2020 and lost 0.43 million users in January 2020. China Unicom also lost 1.186 million users in January 2020. While the drop in these numbers show a dramatic scenario in China, it is possible that some migrant workers had two cell phone numbers before. One is for, from their hometown, and the other is from the city they work in. In February, they might close the number in the city they work in because they couldn't go there. It is possible that these workers may have gone to their home city for a Chinese New Year, and after the travel ban, they did not get a chance to come back to China. It should be noted that in China, there is basic monthly fees to hold a cell phone account, and the majority of migrant workers who belong to the lowest income group likely only have one cell phone account. The economic downturn caused by the outbreak could have forced the Chinese people who have two cell phones to cancel one of them. While explaining the scenario in China, it's at present, we don't know the details of the data. If only 10% of the cell phone users were closed because of users dying, because of this coronavirus, the death toll would be 2 million. Crazy. Hi, Sergeant Kobe. China has a huge population problem, absolutely. And if you know that back in the 1960s and 70s, they actually had a law in place that wouldn't allow each home to have more than one child. So, I mean, there were women that were forced out of their homes to have forceful abortions. It was a really traumatic, sad time in that country at that time. And due to that, now, like all these years later, there are literally, there was, I don't think there is this many anymore, but there was like 3 million people that literally had no chance at love because there weren't enough people in the country to combat the, significantly high male population compared to the female population. So, I mean, it's just shocking that this is kind of like their cleanup of that. Like, wow. Ay, ay, ay. Decisions. They sure haunt. No, I generally don't go live this late, but I'm working later for the next couple of weeks. So I will be going live later. Either that or I might pop in for a morning coffee or something. I'm honestly just requesting that you guys click the notification bell and select the all option if you don't want to miss anything, because I'm not sure what the schedule is going to look like. It's changing week to week on me. So we'll see what's going to happen in the future. China's been under dictatorship forever, though, like forever. Mountain time where you are, Yvette, and it's central time where I am. China is back to business, but the whole world isn't. Crazy, but they started the trouble with the virus. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy until, like I said, I feel like some of this could be a little bit of a way to see how they can control humanity, right? When they create such an issue, making you feel like you're keeping yourself safe by staying home and, secluding yourself and whatnot. I mean, it's kind of hard to not look at it and think, how much are they trying to control here? You know what I mean? It's funny because the last update that they have as far as China returning to normal is March 17th. So I feel like there's something a little fishy going on if the rest of the world is still dealing with the crisis and state of emergency and seclusion and cutting business hours and essential and non-essential businesses and citizens freedom and all that kind of jazz. It really makes you question if on March 17th 2020 there was news of China returning to business as normal, whereas that's right around the same time that the rest of the world started creating this state of emergency. So it really does make you kind of question. They want to be the world leaders so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sergeant. I don't know. But certainly is a little bit fishy to see this was posted on the 17th. Life returning to normal as coronavirus outbreaks slow. You know? I don't know. I'll send you guys that link right here if you want to check it out. It is politics. I've been trying to say that, honestly. I have been saying it from the day one, but I also want people to listen to the government, right? Nobody needs a criminal record just for not obeying authorities. Nobody, needs to be thrown in jail over a freaking virus. Like, come on, So, well, you guys, it's always awesome hanging out. And we're, of course, going to be back on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time to have our, chitty chat, face-to-face time. So it's been a wonderful night, and I love chatting with all of you guys. Even though it's just random topics and stuff, I feel like we all get along really well, and we all have a little bit of a different perspective. I believe we're stronger in our diversity, so I encourage you to share the channel and the openness that we have here with all your social media accounts and all your friends and family. Just get everybody in. The more the merrier. The more that we have different perspectives, the more conversation we can have, the more intellect, the more interest. So I would love your support in doing that. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of the night. It is TGIS. Thank goodness it's Sherry. And I thank you guys for being here during my ups and downs. Those of you that have followed the channel for some time know that I am having issues on the backside with the platform and, who's bought out the platform and my level of revenue coming from the platform. So, my anger and my frustration, and I haven't hidden that because I am a person that wears my heart on my sleeve, and I am brutally honest. There is no point to continue a facade of everything's great if things aren't great. And I can only keep up something like that for limited time anyways, before it gets to me, and I need to get it off my chest because it bothers me. Injustice bothers me in general. So it doesn't matter what the injustice is. If it's injustice, I'm a little bit pissed, and I'm really not afraid to voice it. So I thank you guys for your, support, good and bad. And I couldn't do this without you. So for those of you that don't want to miss anything, hit that notification bell, select the option that works best for you. But as I said, over the next few weeks, we're going to be doing sporadic lives. So if you want to be notified when I'm having a quick cup of coffee with everybody to say hello, you might want to check the settings on your notifications just to make sure you're going to get it. Okay. Don't forget to check your Google account because it's all connected through YouTube. So despite having clicked your notification setting in YouTube, you also need to go into Google and make sure that you've got that set accordingly too. And that's in managing your functions and stuff, your settings, okay? So again, like I said, next week, Wednesday, I don't know if it's going to be a morning coffee or a later evening type of get together. It kind of depends how my week goes, how busy I am and how much energy I have and stuff like that, because I'm only human. I do have a lot of case files that I have to cover that are just sitting waiting for me to read, but I just want, it's nice to have, after my long day of work, some of my me time. I really enjoy watching a hour series or something on Netflix in a true story or a documentary or some type of a legal situation. I'm all about those kinds of, shows on Netflix. So at the end of my days, I do love to unwind and just catch up on recharging myself before starting a new day, dealing with the public and people who are maybe upset about various things. That is what I take onto my plate daily. So I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for your online love and support and all your likes. I couldn't do this without you. And I will see you guys again soon for another true story with me, Sherry Wiens. Bye for now, folks. Have a great night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. We'll see you again.